Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Jaybird TV. It's a great day and a great time to climb as always. Huck for It V8 is going to be the first route in the video. Brendan and I reset the wall and put all these wooden rails in that geometric line that you see there. I saw a line going up them and had to try it. It was a little harder than I expected. The rails aren't as positive as they look. They're almost a little more like a crimp. And the crux is really hitting the end there. Finish hold's a little tricky to hold, so I get a toe hook set just to finish that out. Line of Sight V9 is next. This was the most difficult route that I had set and climbed on here. It is two moves, a crimp and a cross to another crimp, and that one is actually rather in cut and good. My feet did pop there. If my feet came off, I was immediately done. The crux is soon after this move. I cross over or under and then basically rock my weight, and I have to go way out right. So I set this and projected it for a few days and came in. Thankfully, I was feeling strong during the filming session. So make that cross, keep my foot on, walk my foot over, cross over, and just really bear down. Huge dynamic move, lunging out right. And really, once I'm there, the route's done. And I go up pretty nuts that finish hole because I was really psyched. So Old Wooden Holds V7 is next. Just looking to use some holds that were a little more positive, and there were some ones that were pretty juggy near the bottom there. So it created that really cool sequence going out left, hit the arete, and do a hand flip here in order to get my left foot up and make a big lunge up left. And that actually took me a few tries to figure that beta out, but it worked really well. And the crux is actually the last move here. Pretty dynamic finish. I fell quite a few times there, but felt great to get the send. This is Jaybird TV V8. Brendan set this. It starts by going to that kind of juggy, the two holds set right by each other, and it is a bit hard. So from there, going out right and trying to stick what's like a slopey kind of hold. It's really interesting. I really don't know how to explain it super well, but really requires me to shift my weight onto my right foot there, shoot up, snag that, and then actually bump off that to a pinch. That's probably the crux. And here, going up left, also a difficult move. My fingers got stacked a little bit weird on there, but I managed to hold it. And then I cross under for the finish, and was tough to hold the finish there as well. I do get my feet kind of set to come in and control it. A sweet route. So back gains, ungraded because I, spoiler alert, did not send, but I come through and I hit a nice undercling and then come up to a Gaston. And the idea is to really lock off and pull hard to a pinch. And I called it back gains because I can just feel my entire back activating. It's just a tremendous amount of power that needs to be generated, but your foot is not that great. And the pinch is all right, but not the best. So Howler is also ungraded. A little bit of a spoiler alert as well. I'm guessing it's a hard V9. So the beginning was quite tough. The right hand, I actually had to crimp down rather hard. Big shooting move up left, and then I walk my feet through. I hit a pretty good crimp rail there, and then a big move out left to that wooden moon, which is one of my favorite holds on the wall. So once I really get my body set up, like a pretty big move to the moon. And here's the absolute crux. So I switch my feet and do a huge move to a yellow crimp. The crimp is good, but it's actually turned upside down. So it's almost as if the crimp portion is like a circle and then it kind of goes in, almost like a mushroom or something, but the bottom edge is a lot worse. So that's the side I'm going for. And it's also supposed to be hit in the other direction. I didn't really realize that until I started working it. And your foot is rather low, so in order to create the necessary tension to keep yourself on the wall, pretty tricky. I could certainly climb on in isolation and hold it, but it was hard. And Howlers is a Red Rising reference, so if you read the book, shout out to you. Just really trying to grab that little toothy crimp. So don't forget the sauce, V7. There's a mono pocket that I wanted to use. So I go out to that green pinch. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm hitting a crimp underneath the big sloper. And I come up into this mono. It's actually really deep, so it felt pretty great. Come up to a nice deep crimp, get a heel hook set, and go up for the send. So up next, we're coming to another problem that Brendan set, which is skittle things. It's a V8. So I worked this really furiously for a whole session, and this clip is from that session. So big move out right, crossing over into an undercling, hitting a pinch, getting a right foot out, and then going to yet another pinch. It's an off-balance move because you only have the right foot, and keeping the right foot as you go up left is really hard. And there I'm trying a bicycle beta on the start hold in order to hit the crimp that's by my left hand. This is the next session, as I'm sure you can tell from the dramatic lighting change. So I'm feeling fresh. I had the beta set, and I actually haven't really gotten to the crux yet. So I shoot out right. I love this cross into the undercling. It feels really good. Hit that pinch, and I'm really pushing on my right foot here in order to keep it on after I stick that pinch. And then I actually walk my feet up and get a heel toe cam and hit the crimp, and my heel would blow off right there. I worked it quite a bit the night before, but I'm able to go out. The finish hold didn't quite feel good enough to hang on, but I could not figure my feet out, so I just went for it. So thankfully I managed to send. So this is coffee and pancakes at V7, quickly bumping out. And I love this because the heel toe cam, I keep that for all the moves. I'm actually moving almost like a clock. And I had this idea and then climbed the route and just thought it was so fun. I also love using those two blue slopers at the top, and I need to bump my hand back down in order to go up to the finish, which is pretty cool. I always love when you can recycle holds. Coming off that send, I was feeling pretty cocky and got back on howlers. So back on this yet again. And I figured, I could probably send this. So I swing up to the moon, feeling pretty strong. I know to keep my foot placed really hard and come off once again. I really tried to keep on, which is when my left hand popped first, but could not get that send. So next up, I'm getting on a route which is called Swing High, Sweet Chariot. I definitely make myself laugh with my route names. I know they're all pretty dumb, but it's half the fun. So going out to the side of the wall there, I often neglect to use that, but it's really, really fun. You can get some sweet heel action. So once I hit that rail, I go to the sloper, and then I need to release my foot, and I go to a jug. So once I get the jug, I can swing my body out, and I have a bit of an awkward time here trying to figure out how to get to the finish. So I actually get my right foot up, my knees in my chest, but it's almost like a figure four, but it works out, and I'm able to get up and get to that finish hold. So Parcheesi V6, this is actually an easier version of a route that I was working. I really wanted to use that undercling, but it's actually flat. It's not very in-cut. So it's not good until you can stand up into it. And that was the issue, is that standing up into it was tricky. But that was a really fun little V6 banger that I sent and was happy to. And the final route in this video, hot cross buns. So another opportunity to use a jug. I was just like, I just want to pull on some jugs. Most of these holds are crimps and slopers, which is great for training, but just wanted to do a really big dynamic move. So hit that. I actually do a hand switch in order to get my weight up, and big move out left. Do a little feet cutting action, and then from here go out, and actually did require some power in order to hit that combination pinch, get that finish, and get that send. Awesome home climbing, and thank you for watching. You are an absolute legend. I will see you in the next video, in which I have an exciting announcement. Much love, peace.